Blood Father is being screened in Cannes this year, a midnight screening, the final film being shown here at the 69th Cannes Film Festival. And with me in the studio, I have the Blood Father, Mr. Mel Gibson. He's here. Hello, Mel. Welcome. Welcome to Cannes. And François Richet, the director, is also here. Hi to you, François. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to have you both with me in the studio. This is my last interview in this season, and you are closing the film festival in some ways. So, Mel Gibson, what does the festival mean to you?
Of its kind. I mean, it sort of originated the whole concept, I think. So, yeah, I came here 33 years ago was the first time I came here. I was a young man, and now look what it's done to me, you know. But it's I'm really excited and thrilled to be here.
And we are delighted to have you here. Jean-François, what does the Cannes Film Festival mean to you? We realize when we're in Cannes that there are many sides to the cinema industry. There are really tight films, art house films, big budgets, small budgets. There are genre films, films from all kinds of countries. And you do realize that it's an open window on the world, and there's room enough for everybody. And where does Blood Father stand in all of that? Well, it's you to tell me. When I take a subject, I just take care of the characters and the story. I don't know in which category the film is to be placed. So, Mel, were you familiar with Jean-François Richet's work before you started to work with him on this film?
Yes. I watched the Mesrine biopics. I liked them very much, and this material in these hands, I thought was a really good fit, and I was excited to work, and I was very happy. It was a good job. I mean, it was fantastic. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's a very successful film. And what did you like about this story and the role?
I think the guy was rough. He's got a bad past. He has many sins on his back, and it's a story about redemption, you know. And it's a story about the strongest bond of all is parenthood, a child, and you know, how far you'll go to protect that thing. And it's, you know, something we can all relate to, I hope. But you know, I just like that journey from sinner to saint, if you like, you know.
Ah oui. Yes, the journey from sinner to saint. That's very nicely summed up. So, Jean-François Richet, what was it like for you to film with such an icon as Mel Gibson? He's so well known for his Mad Maxes with George Miller, etc. I think to me he's the same thing as to everybody else. But then, of course, when you're working with an icon, and if you say every day I'm working with an icon, you'll never get anywhere. So, working with him, I went to see him, we talked for 5 hours, and I didn't see an icon, I met an actor with whom I wanted to work. So he didn't castrate me in any way, but I like working jointly with actors. Actors aren't robots, you can't just press on a button and they do what you want them to do. And it was the same attitude I had with Vincent Cassel. Were you not a bit overawed? Were you not a bit scared or timid? You had already worked in the States. Well, no, but perhaps he was afraid of me. Were you frightened of Jean-François?
No, I was excited to work with him, and I was not disappointed at all. He had a very clear vision, point of view, and a way of doing things. I wouldn't have done it like that, but that's cool because he did it his way, and it was like I became part of that collaboration, you know. I'm just there to serve, you know.
Because you too are a film director, Mel Gibson. I saw a report on a film set in the United States by Didier Alouche, where we could see how involved you were in the shoot. You were working with the other actors, and we see you showing them how to skirt around a car. You had a gun in your hand. It was one of the end scenes in your film.
I don't remember anything.
One of the really interesting things was, and it was something which was rare that happened, at the end of the film we realized it wasn't quite right, so we decided to rewrite it half an hour before the shoot was over. The screenwriter, myself and Mel got together, and with my rather poor English, it was pretty hard for me to get the message across to the actors. So Mel stepped in and he mimicked what I was trying to get at. It was just wonderful. And we had to act really, really quickly, and we rewrote the scene at the very last minute.
Jean-François, except we just because I think we were all a little dissatisfied, so we thought it needed to be a little more or less, I don't know.
Et c'est ce que
simple.
c'est ce que j'adore dans le métier.
That's what I love
C'est
in
qu'à
this
un moment,
business.
il faut toujours croire le feeling
You
de l'acteur,
really
surtout de ce
have
niveau-là.
to
Et
have
on est
faith
prêt à
in your
tout changer, parce
actors,
qu'évidemment, il y a un
and
découpage
we
et tout
can
ça quand
change
t'arrives.
everything if
Et on change
necessary.
tout parce qu'ils
And
sentent
we'll
qu'il y a quelque
change
chose qui
things
va pas.
if something
Et ça,
just
c'est le
doesn't feel
plaisir du
right.
cinéma.
And that is the joy
Vous
of
aussi, en
making
tant que
films.
réalisateur, vous êtes
As a
ouvert,
filmmaker,
comme
are you as
Jean-François
open as
Richet, à
Jean-François
changer,
is? Are you
des
as
moments quand vous
prepared to
sentez
change
sur
things if you
tournage que les
detect
choses
that
doivent
things,
être-
when you're on
doivent
the
être changées,
shoot,
vous êtes
if you
ouvert à
realize
changer,
things
pourquoi
aren't
pas le
the
scénario,
way you want it,
d'un film,
are
changer la fin
you
d'un film,
open
changer une
to
partie d'une scène,
changing part of a scene, etc.?
Yeah, I've done that myself already, you know, in other films. As somebody says something, even afterwards, after you're finished and you can't even reshoot anymore, sometimes someone will make a pair of fresh eyes will make an editing suggestion, and, you know, you're too close to it perhaps, and sometimes it's good to get an outside view. So I listen to everything, but, you know, I'm pretty judicious about, you know, what I accept and what I put off, but sometimes there's some wonderful ideas out there from you know, anybody, the camera guy or the craft service guy or whatever, you know.
Est-ce que vous répétez avant un rôle
Do you
encore,
rehearse
Mel Gibson?
before
Comment
getting
vous
into a
préparez
role,
un
Mel
personnage
Gibson?
comme
How do you
celui-là,
prepare a
comme celui de
character such as
Godfather?
the one that you've just
Comment
played
vous
in
pensez votre
Bloodfather?
personnage, qui est une forme de
What goes on in
répétition?
your
Est-ce que c'est une discussion avec
head?
le
Do you
réalisateur? Comment
talk
ça se
with the
passe?
A
director?
little bit. I remember we had a conversation on the phone one day, and I was like, I was going too far. I was like getting hair extensions and all kinds of weird stuff, right? And he said, no. He said, no, not the hair extensions. He said, just get a bad haircut. And I thought, okay, I'll just do the bad haircut. So you know, it's you're always looking and searching for stuff like that, you know. But I'm glad he told me to get a bad haircut because I was going too far the other way. You know? Earrings and all.
Comment on dirige Mel Gibson?
So how do
justement,
you
François
direct
Richet?
Mel Gibson on
Il fait des
set?
propositions.
Alors,
Comment ça se
la
passe?
première journée,
Well, on the first day,
il me demandait tout pourquoi il doit
he
faire
was
ci,
asking me
pourquoi
why
il
he
doit
had to
aller
do
là, et
this,
une
why
fois
he
qu'il a eu les
had
réponses,
to
il m'a
go
fait
over
confiance, et la
there.
deuxième
But
journée,
at the
ça a été
end
très,
of the
très vite.
first
Comment
day,
on
he
dirige,
had
de toute façon,
complete
c'est simple, c'est que
trust in me. And the
moi,
way
mon
that you
métier, c'est
direct an
un
actor,
acteur,
well,
enfin, le métier
my
de l'acteur, et
job
c'est à moi de le
is
diriger en ça, c'est qu'il est
to
vecteur d'émotion.
explain how the actor can convey emotions. There are certain actors who can accept everything that you're telling them with just a tiny adjustment. So Truffaut used to say that as soon as you choose the right actor, they will make the suggestions, they know what the situation is. 20 days before we started filming, I was out doing some location spotting, and I was in this really grotty supermarket, and I was walking in the supermarket. Nobody knew me over there, and all of a sudden I heard someone call my name. I turned round and I saw Mel Gibson with his cap right down over his brow, and he was preparing his role. No one knew that. He was in a really poor area of the States, in a trailer park. He didn't tell me, and there I was. I just found him there. So you were preparing your role in the supermarket?
Why were you there?
I was hungry, and
Why in New Mexico at this time?
Oh.
Just to prepare your character.
I think so. Yeah, it was pretty close to the beginning. It was like a week before. Yeah.
Oh no, it was more, maybe
I
2 or
don't
3
know.
weeks.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
No?
I don't remember. I'm getting old. I just remember time zones. But I was hungry. Yeah.
Qu'est-ce qui est important pour un acteur?
What's
Mel Gibson,
important
vous qui avez
now,
cette carrière-là maintenant,
Mel
qu'est-ce qui est le
Gibson,
plus
as an
important,
actor? What's the
pour un acteur
most
selon vous?
important thing
Important
for
thing?
you?
Gosh, I think, career-wise, I think it's like I like directing stuff. I think for me that's a more fulfilling kind of pursuit than acting. Acting's nice. It's where I started, and I think it's enabled me to sort of get into another aspect. And I was always at the hub to watch really good masters like George Miller, for example, direct stuff. So I was watching and I was stealing everybody's tricks. And hopefully I've got a few of my own, so that's good. But I stole some tricks from him too. Yeah.
Tu peux lui traduire, je veux aller
I
sur son
want to
tournage,
go
je
on
veux
his set next time he's directing. I'm going to steal some of his
That's what it's
tricks.
about. You exchange stuff. Yeah.
Vous avez vu le nouveau
Have you
Mad
seen
Max
the
de
latest
George
Mad
Miller,
Max
Mad
by
Max
George
Fury
Miller?
Road,
Fury Road?
Oh yeah, sure.
Ah.
I sat next to George
Yeah.
when it premiered in Los Angeles.
And how was it for you?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's visually spectacular. I mean, wow, and the editing, something else. It was like really something.
Merci beaucoup, Mel Gibson.
Thank you
C'est un
very
grand
much, Mel
plaisir de
Gibson.
vous
It was a
accueillir,
delight
ici,
to speak to you
à
here
Cannes. Je vous
today
souhaite un
in
bon
Cannes, and I
festival
hope
de
you
Cannes, bon
enjoy the
festival
festival.
de Cannes pour vous aussi,
And
Jean-François
Jean-François, you
Richet,
too
Bloodfather,
enjoy
le
the
dernier
festival,
film à
Bloodfather,
découvrir,
the latest
à
film for you to go
Cannes,
out and see here in
ce soir,
Cannes
donc,
this evening.
qui montera les marches
There'll be the
vers,
red carpet
minuit.
at about
Voilà,
midnight
merci à tous.
tonight.
C'était
Thank
donc
you,
une interview de
everybody.
Bloodfather.